Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffy Kennedy, author of fantasy romance and romantic fantasy. I'm here with my first cup of coffee. So delicious. So, today is, say it with me, Friday! Woo woo woo! Beginning of the weekend for some of us. Always worthy of celebration. February 25th, last Friday of February. February went fast, didn't it? Time is just really speeding up again, I think. Some storm has broken here, along with morning. Thank you, Cat Stevens. And it's not actually warm, but I went out to put water in the fountain for the birds, and it's you know feels very spring-like. The sun is nice and warm. It's like a real feel of 33, but the sun is intense, warming and spring-like, and the birds are singing. David says you can't trust the birds that they don't know, but they they definitely think it is. So yeah. How are you guys? I'm definitely I'm not going to write today still, so that will give me a whole week, well, more or less. It's a week off of drafting. I did spend Wednesday, doing copy edits and polishing those final pages of Gray Magic. Um, and yesterday I was tired. I did not get through all the business things I thought I might. I got through a few. So today's just going to be a businessy day and kind of kickback day. I also do not have obligations this weekend. Well, one meeting, um, but it's a regular Saturday meeting. So, not a lot of things. And on Sunday, Megan and I have church. My friend Megan Mulry. Have I told you guys this? I probably haven't because I don't mean to be offensive, but we started calling it that well back in the pandemic, probably like a year ago when things were on lockdown here and the only places we could meet up were outside. And so we would bundle up and go to places like Santa Fe HQ, Santa Fe Brewing headquarters, where they had the fires. I've talked about it before. Campfires set up outside, and we could drink champagne by the campfire. And it would inevitably be on Sunday because that was when we could. It was just a good day for both of us. And we would usually meet for at like 11 or 1 or something like that. And a lot of times we'd eat, we'd do brunch or that sort of thing. But we just started calling it church because it was always on Sunday. We're like, you up for church this weekend? It's like, yes. But I know it confused some people. Um, but what do you expect from a Taoist? My church is outdoors. And yeah, I don't know how Lao Tzu felt about spirits, probably did not like them. He thought racing and hunting maddened the mind. I can imagine what he thought about wine. I'd have to look back through the sutras. So, anyway, looking forward to church on Sunday. I'm going to get some laundry done and I'm going to get a bunch of stuff done. In fact, let me write down some. I need to start putting my taxes together. I thought I'd better write that down. So, yeah, one of Amazon's things, and again, this is like only Amazon, is they flag errors. what do they call it? Quality. They call it something like a quality issue, brought about by the fact that so many people were throwing up absolute garbage into, like, I'm sorry, Kindle Unlimited. I know some of you get mad at me because you feel like I don't love Kindle Unlimited. And reader, I do not love Kindle Unlimited. I think there's a lot of problems with it. But because so many people were putting up so much crap, because you can, Kindle Unlimited lets you just throw whatever. Well, actually, to be fair, KDP allows you to throw up whatever crap you want. So Amazon decided, well, they'd better start doing quality notifications. So if I go to my bookshelf, I get this thing saying one or more of your books has quality items that need to be addressed. And then you view the items. And so Gray Magic, because I uploaded it yesterday, um, they even have on here last audit on, and it's bots. It's bots doing the audit. They found that one of the links isn't working. So we're actually going to fix it. And Corrine researched, and the link is weird. Like sometimes it has the series title in it or not, on my website, whatever. Um, the other one is one from Fire of the Frost, which I've been trying to ignore all this time. But since we're going to fix this link, I said, well, we might as well fix this. And it's a typo in Grace's story, um, which a reader reported. I know a reader reported it because there's like a suggested fix. Um, readers, darling, lovely readers, please don't report these quality issues to Amazon. I know that people feel like they're being helpful. I know some people are compulsive editors. Um, it's not helpful because, and so this one in particular, oops, I closed it, but I could tell you what it is. And when I sent it to Corrine, she even said people really need to get lives. So if this was you, I'm sorry, but you do need to get a life. It's not that we don't love you, but I'll tell you what this correction is. So it's a typo, and it says, her shyness is but a shield. Once she lowers it, you will understand why I love her as I do. Only it says when she lowers it. When she lowers it instead of once she lowers it. So this person corrected it, reported it to Amazon as a quality issue, all virtuous like, and now Amazon has been pinging me about it every time I open my bookshelf. Even though I tried telling him I wasn't going to fix it, there's an option to say will not fix and give a reason. And I'm like, because it's not worth it to reformat the whole book for one stinking typo, a really minor typo. I told Grace about it and she was really aggravated. So we're going to fix it now because since we have to fix that other link, which Amazon did not catch, interestingly enough, it's random which ones they catch. But yeah, I know that a lot of authors have started putting a note at the front of the book saying basically, typos happen, errors happen, apologize for any. If you notice something, please contact me at this email address. Please don't report it to Amazon because apparently, if you have too many in there, which doesn't happen to me or hasn't yet, crossing fingers, knock on wood, Amazon will actually take the book off sale. I've seen people having their made up fantasy words be reported to Amazon as misspelled words. Craziness, people, craziness. Along those lines, though, I did see the Passive Voice reported that Amazon is suing a couple of the big companies that provide fake reviews on Amazon. So that interesting. It sounds like, and I will link to the article in the show notes if I remember, but it was on the Passive Voice, so you could find it. Um, It sounds like I thought at first maybe it was going to be like some straw broke the camel's back, but it sounds instead like Amazon has been investigating for some time, and apparently they now I'm gonna have to find it so I can share. Okay, I found it. So it says there were a couple of interesting things in here. Um, the lawsuits aim to shut down two major fake review brokers, AppSally and Rebatist, um, who helped mislead shoppers by having their members try to post fake reviews in stores such as Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and Etsy. This legal action is one of Amazon's comprehensive and proactive efforts to ensure a safe and trustworthy shopping experience. Bum, 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 bum. So it says Amazon strictly prohibits incentivized or fake reviews, which we knew, and uses a combination of machine learning technology, i.e., bots, and skilled investigators to detect and prevent and remove them. Skilled investigators. Says in 2020, Amazon stopped more than 200 million suspected fake reviews before they were ever seen by a customer. 200 million! That's unreal. A nefarious industry has emerged in recent years in which fraudsters facilitate fake or inflated reviews in exchange for money or free products. Amazon's legal action comes after an in depth investigation into these review brokers, which, taken together, claim to have more than 900,000 members willing to write fake reviews. Fake review brokers attempt to hide their activity and evade detection, of course, because it's illegal and against terms of service. For example, the fake review site AppSally sells fake reviews for as low as $20 and instructs bad actors to ship empty boxes to people willing to write fake reviews and provide AppSally with photos to be uploaded alongside their reviews. The fraudulent scheme run by Rebatist will only pay people writing 5-star reviews after their fake reviews are approved by the bad actors attempting to sell those items. So, and we know that there are authors out there who've done this too. Those books that have like all 5-star reviews, and they all sound weird. I mean, that's why I kind of laugh at Skilled Investigator, because it's pretty easy. I think it's easy to spot a fake review because, first of all, a book will have entirely 5-star reviews, which nobody gets that. Even Stonehenge has like 1-star reviews for not enough rocks. This is true. um, Sorry, I'm still amused by Stonehenge. The fake reviews will say things like, um, I don't know if I can even recapitulate it, but you can just tell that the person hasn't read the book. Well, they'll say things like, you know, this book captured me from the beginning and is an excellent story. I mean, it's just, you could tell that the person has written thousands, which they have, of these reviews. It's, yeah, a nefarious ecosystem has sprung up. It's just amazing. People will people, right? So, yeah, that happened. I was going to talk about something. I've had this little note out for myself for a little while. I noticed, I think I mentioned a while ago that I had been watching The Expanse, and I'm into season 2 now. I've slowed down recently, I guess because I didn't have a lot of brain cells. Well, I've been out of town and all of that. But I was noticing because it I think they brought them in at the end of season 1, but anyway, in season 2 there's definitely a storyline about the Martian Marines, because the Expanse tells the story of like an intra-solar system war, and so the big players are Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt, the people who live there. And the Martians have Marines, and I saw a couple of reviews on it bitching about how the uh, leader. They call her Gunny. What is it? I am not good with military titles. Um, it's like whatever. She's the leader, the gal in charge. Um, anyway, there are like male and female Marines, right? And the leader, Gunny, I think it's like technical sergeant, something like that, is a female. And I saw people bitching on there about female Marines, and it put me in mind of this writer I used to know, a guy who had been in the military and was writing about military things. And he was writing about soldiers being in um, suits. What's the word I want here, people? You know, the mechanized suits. So basically, they were fighting aliens, and so they were inside big shells. I want to say avatar type things, but that's not it. They would actually put the soldier, the person, inside the suit, and they would operate it, and they would have much more strength than, um, a shell kind of thing. And they were talking about how uh, the smaller guys would fit better in the suits than bigger ones, and so it had kind of shifted things because of, it was no longer the brawniest guys, but the ones who could better fit in these suits. And so I'd read this, and I asked him, I said, well, why don't you have any female soldiers? You should, why aren't there female soldiers in these suits? And he said, oh, no, that doesn't work that way. And I said, well, but it would work that way because women tend to be smaller than men overall. And you could put female soldiers inside the suits or, by or not by. Androgynous. I still not, my words are not back yet, but anyway, you could have people that are not very large, very masculine soldiers who are inside these suits. And I said, why not female soldiers? And he said, well, because you can't take women in combat. And I was like, excuse me. And he said, yeah, women aren't able to withstand, just physically are not able to withstand combat. And I'm like, yeah, but you're putting them inside these big metal suits. I mean, let's just leave that aside. The whole strength thing. Um, you know, you're putting them inside these big metal suits, right? It doesn't matter what kind of physical frailty you have. And he said, no, you don't understand. The reason that you can't have females in combat is that the men will not will be distracted because they'll be totally focused on protecting the females and not on the mission objective. Let's just take a moment. Okay, so the men are just like biologically driven to protect the females to the point where they ignore the mission objective. I can't even with this reasoning. And he was very sincere about it. And he got kind of aggravated with me. Um, and he said, well, I'm not the guy you think I am. I'm not that guy. I was like, well, that walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. I'm not seeing. um, yeah, I want, and there were so many things that, how it goes. You sort of continue these conversations in your head. And this happened several years ago. And still continue in my head, like the things I wanted to press him on, which I wasn't going to do because I didn't want to get everybody else aggravated. But it's like, why aren't your soldiers better trained to pay attention to the mission objective? Why don't they trust their fellow soldiers who are in these big mechanized suits to handle their own shit? This whole thing of males protecting females is so obviously wrong. I mean, it's a wonderfully idealistic and romantic notion, sure. Yeah, it would be great if males protected females, but the reality of it is that's not the case. Uh, did you know that a woman is far more likely, and I don't have the percentage at my fingertips, to be murdered when she is pregnant than at any other time in her life? There was a recent study on it where they went back like over the last 100 years of data, and they showed that pregnant women are disproportionately likely to be murdered, and almost always by the father of their unborn child. So, yeah, don't tell me that men are biologically programmed to protect women. Um, don't tell me there can't be female Marines in space. I'm just, I'm so tired of this. I'm just so tired. Here I am in my weak feminine shell. And so, anyway, that's my rant for the day. And now I'm going to go off, get some things done. I'm excited to crunch through this list. Wish me luck. I would really love to get a bunch of stuff off my list here. Um, yeah. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, whether it's time off work or not. And I will be back here on Monday. We will be having a party. We'll be having a party for release of Gray Magic. Yep. If you have ideas of something you'd like me to do on the podcast for release day, I'm happy to do it. Should I read? Nobody ever says they want me to read. It makes me think that nobody wants me to read. But I don't know. It'd be fun to do like Q&A. I don't do this live. I don't know. If you have ideas, send them my way. And I will talk to you all on Monday. Take care. Bye bye.